Hello everyone, and this is Johann here, and it is episode number 2 of Edlington Allotments series. As you can tell, it's a very beautiful day. Today is quite hot, I have to take out my jumper soon. But today I would like to talk about two things. So yeah, let's get started. The first thing I would like to talk about, before I go into what I'm going to talk about today, I think my last gardening series, I've always said it, that people were not really, watching my videos because of gardening, because there are always much better gardening videos out there, but I think people were quite keen on those little talks that I give during the videos. So today is going to be one of those talks, I think. So firstly, I'd like to let me get my words together. To say it's a warm day, get some water in. Yeah, first thing, never let people discourage you from following your dreams or doing something that you really want to do. Yeah, for instance, you can, let me give you a real life scenario. Moving from London to Doncaster, lots of people found like it was a bad move. Why would I want to do that? I'm moving away from everybody, I'm moving away from friends, I'm moving away from family, and to be honest, people still resent me for doing it. They still like why I've removed so far away. But to me, this is actually like one of the best decisions I've made in my life. So I'm living in a house with a mortgage. It's my house. I'm not paying rent. I've got a much bigger space. And the country is a beautiful place to be. I hated London. I've never liked it. I'm not really the city person. I'm much more of an outdoor country kind of person. Yeah, so and even today I say like it's one of the best decisions I've made in my life. So yeah, I am resented for doing it. Because sometimes people have you around when it's a convenience for them. You easily accessible. They can call you. You're there. You're always there. So it's a convenience for them. But you moving away to follow your dream, to do something that you really want to do, it's no longer a convenience. So you get resented for it, but there's nothing to feel bad about, especially in my case, where I think, genuinely it is one of the best decisions I've made in my life, and yeah. All right, so that's the first one. Never let people discourage you from, following your dreams, and and even though you get resented for it, like that's obviously because people do not care about your dream and about anything about you. They're more concerned about how convenient you are to them, not how much or look, you're really doing well, you're happy, you're a much better person, you're following your dreams. Yep, so that's it. So the second point is how do you get an allotment like this? And when I speak to people and it's like, yes, it's a long waiting list, you have to wait so long to get an allotment. But let me tell you this, time goes by anyway. For instance, like the garlic that's planted behind me there, it was planted like when sometime, I think December, maybe late November. Then it was winter, and hardly came here to see it at all, but it grew. because time passed, time went by, it grew, it flourished. Likewise, there might be a waiting list for an allotment. So you just put your name on the waiting list, and you carry on with your life. It might take you 10, 15 minutes to fill in the application. Yeah, but that's about it. You may have to wait a year, maybe 2 years, but the time is going to pass anyway. In 2 years' time, would you be like that? Oh, well, it takes long to get an allotment. In 2 years' time, you can have an allotment. You can carry on living your life however you want. For instance, my last allotment in London, I applied for it. I was on the waiting list for a while, and then the opportunity came up. Just a few months. Well, at the time when the allotment came available, I more or less knew that I was moving up to the country. But I thought, like, you know what, I can have it for a couple of months. I might as well just say yes to it. So I took it, and I moved up north, and then I gave it up. You know, so there's an allotment that was available in London. I think it's definitely taken now. Because someone reached out to me about it. Because they saw the pictures that I posted online. Because we had an allotment group there. Yeah, and asked a few questions about it. Yeah, so that's it. So how do you get an allotment? You put your name on the waiting list and you wait. You just keep waiting. And the other way, how we ended up getting this one, because I was on the waiting list, yeah. But then, I think, always keep passing by this allotment, because there's like a lovely lake, just at the back there, about 2-3 minutes from my house. This allotment is about 2 minutes from my house, and the lake is about 2-3 minutes from my house. It's a beautiful lake with ducks, and people go fishing, you can walk around the lake and everything. I never park off, moving out to the countryside that I really enjoy. So we had an appointment, at the GPs, and I think we thought the appointment was hour before the appointment actually was, so we were hour early for the allotment. I thought, like, what, instead of like sitting there at the GPs for an hour, let's just go sit at the lake. Let's just go at the lake. And passing at the allotment, we saw the sign up at the gate, like, allotment, a plot is available. So to please, like, email, and there was an email address there. And what do you know, we send the email out, and a couple of days after, I don't know, I think it was a week, we got the keys, to this allotment, so you can go on the waiting list, but also, like, check, your allotment site, because there might be notices up, yeah. So that's it. How do you get an allotment? You check the allotment, the notice boards, you get your name on the waiting list, and yeah, it's also useful, like, if you have some tools and those things, because I had tools as well, so it's not too much of an expensive gesture. So even though you haven't got much space at home, you can get your little pots, start some container gardening, and start accumulating like little tools, little hand tools. All those are very useful when you have allotment, have a garden. And then you get into the feel of things, you get into the mood of planting, and growing your own vegetables, or flowers, yeah. So I guess that's it, more or less, for this episode. It's a lovely day. I'm not sure I'm gonna get yeah, maybe I should just like touch on this shortly before we end this video. I mean, it's really good when you have an allotment as well to visit your allotment in different weather conditions. So when it rains, visit your allotment. There may be areas that the water settles a bit, so you may have to do drainage. It's also good, like, when it's a really nice, lovely day as well, because you can come to your allotment, and it's always good to have like an area where you can just relax. So you can choose an area. And you can say, like, this area there, that's going to be our area for relaxing. You can have your little chairs, your little table, maybe a little barbecue, a little pot, something you can, when the weather is lovely like this, you can, get the cooler with the drinks out, throw some, hot dogs, something on the grill, and yeah, make it a enjoyable day. Have a nice little family day out, because these allotments, like, yeah, it's for growing vegetables, and flowers, but it's also for recreation, and yeah, just so just always remember that as well, that there is a recreation um, part of it as well, so you get fruits, you get vegetables, you get good exercise, you get all the positive energy from like being in the soil, and yeah, it's also good for recreation. It could be a nice day out for your family. Maybe you can get some friends. Depends on what the rules are. On the allotment site. So yeah, I think that's more or less a wrap. I've spoken a lot more than I intended to. But the next episode, I definitely will have something to show you. I'm in the garden, because we have been doing some digging, and yeah, getting ready, getting more prepared now for planting season. Still very early, I think today is the 8th, maybe the 9th of March. I think it might be somewhere around there, 9th of March, if I remember correctly. So very early spring, and it's a lovely weather. So just imagine, if we have this, in 2 months' time, this garden is ready, then we can have a really nice garden to enjoy, over the summer, you know, summer, autumn, yeah. All right, so thank you very much. I'll see you in the next episode of Edlington Allotment.